The Canton Network with their token, the Canton coin, is popping up out of nowhere, or at least it seems like it has. But who are they? Who are they working with? And what value are they providing the financial ecosystem that is making this project so valuable and really shaking up the market? Well, we're going to dive into who Canton Network is, the Canton coin, and who is operating with this network already. So don't go anywhere. All right, so the Canton Network with their token, the Canton coin, it feels like it came out of nowhere. People are talking about this. If you haven't heard anything about it, well, we're going to dive into the Canton Network, how they came about, who are they working with. But before we do that, I need to let you know this is going to be a multi-part series for the Canton Network because there is so much to cover. If you are new here, I do break down crypto projects. I try to break them down very simplistic so everybody can understand this technology and the value that it's bringing, and hopefully you have a better understanding in the projects you're investing in. I leave all my description, all my resources down in my description, and I try to break it down super simple. We cover the different projects, we cover what's going on in the market, etc. So if you like those things, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. It'd be very much appreciated. But let's go ahead and move into the news stories, which you're here for, which the thing that really made this a catalyst and got out in front of all these news stories is this announcement here on December 17th, 2025, which comes from the Canton Network, is where I'm getting their actual resource from. It says, DTCC and digital assets partner to tokenize DTC custodied US Treasury securities on the Canton Network. And as we scroll down, it says, with this partnership, the DTCC plans for the first time to enable a subset of US Treasury securities custodied at DTC to be minted on the Canton Network. The organizations are working toward a MVP in a controlled production environment during the first half of 2026, with plans to increase the size and scope of the project within the month that follows. Based on client interest, to begin, DTCC will leverage its Composer X suite as of platforms to enable the tokenization of US Treasury securities custodied at DTC. This next quote comes from the CEO of the DTCC. His name is Frank La Sala. He states that the DTCC's partnership with Digital Asset and the Canton Network is a strategic step forward as we collaborate across the industry to build a digital infrastructure that seamlessly bridges traditional and digital financial ecosystems that provides unmatched scalability and safety. This collaboration creates a roadmap to bring real-world high-value tokenization use cases to the market, starting with US Treasury securities, eventually expanding to a broad spectrum of DTC-eligible assets across network providers. So what blew this project up was the DTCC coming out and saying, we are using the Canton Network. And if you know about the DTCC, you know they move quadrillions of dollars every year. They are a massive clearinghouse. So the fact they are working together really says a lot about this project, in my opinion. Again, anything in this video is not financial advice. This is just give you information, so hopefully you take it and you go do your own education on it. And if it's something you want to invest in, that's on you. But I'm just showing you what I'm looking at, and hopefully you're appreciating that. But where did the Canton Network come from, and who really rolled this project out? Well, check it out over here from Digital Asset, which is Digital Asset Holdings. This is the main company or entity that brought this network out. And you'll see they did that with partners. And it says the partnerships are central to our mission. At Digital Assets, we partner with top consultancies, system integrators, and ecosystem partners to unlock power of the Canton Network. These collaborations are key to delivering privacy preserving interoperable blockchain solutions for the clients across global markets. As we look down, it says full service consultants is Accenture, BCG, Deloitte, and you can see what keeps on going. The ecosystem, I will not go through the ecosystem. You'll see it here in just a bit. And their strategic partners you want to point out really is Intellect, Obsidian Systems, AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, and of course, IBM. So Amazon Web Services and IBM are part of the team that helped bring out the Canton Network. If you want to understand how massive this project is and who's going to be using it, there's the first hint of it. But it's been out for a while and they've already been testing this. So let's kind of give you an update of what we have so far on this network and what are they processing already. So check it out. It says explore the Canton Network ecosystem, connect, build on the network where traditional finance meets blockchain velocity. But we have $6+ trillion on chain. Read that again, $6+ trillion on chain, 4 trillion a month repos, 300 billion daily repos, 600 validators, 30 super validators. And as I roll through here, I will not read them all, but I'm gonna show you like Alchemy Pays on here. As we keep rolling, we do have Bank of America, Bank of China, Barclays, Binance. We keep on rolling. I don't waste too much of your time, BNY, and you can do the rest. You can go scroll through that, or you can check out this next thing where I'm going to show you, which is the Canton Will, that shows you all their providers and partnerships. And again, my research is my description. So if you want to dive into this website, which I suggest you do, because this is massive. And if you like anything on this channel, please consider hitting that like button, leave a comment, let me know if you heard of this network or not. Is this the first time? If you know anything about it, leave some comments down below and let the rest of the people know about this network. And if you like anything in this video, you made it through, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm sitting around 4,100 subscribers right now. My next goal is 5,000, so any kind of support to get there will be very much appreciated. And to anybody that has been around for a while, that likes, comments, and subscribed already, you guys know I really value your support, and I really do appreciate you. I could not be here without you, so thank you for sticking around and believing in this channel. Let's keep on going. Let's read more about the Canton Network and why institutions are actually using this network. It says why institutions and crypto capital markets are converging on the Canton Network. In 2025, Canton Network adoption has surged, with 600 validators live and 15 million plus transactions using Canton coin in their flows each month. Traditional institutions, app builders, and the leading names in the crypto markets are collaborating on Canton to deliver market transformation at scale. Trusted by leaders like Goldman Sachs, BNP, HSBC, Broadridge, and Circle, Canton is the first and only network where traditional finance and DeFi-like business models can operate together on the same rails at scale. The result today is the applications on Canton already process 6+ trillion in on-chain assets and over $280 billion in daily US Treasury repo trades. Forget TradFi or DeFi, Canton is the first all-fi blockchain. It's the only viable path for both institutions and crypto native builders to compose real-world finance with crypto-style velocity without forcing a one-size-fits-all model. So I'm going to leave that will on the screen for you so you can really take a look at it, screenshot it, do what you want to do with it. But keep in mind, as I'm reading through this Canton Network's website, it is their website, so they're going to talk themselves up. So this is why doing deeper research into these projects are very important, because you don't want to be misled by some false person hyping their own project up. So do your research. I'm not saying go out and rush into this project, because again, none of this is financial advice, but this is a project I have a little bit of holdings in. I don't have too much into it. I put my toes in, if you will, just as I'm learning more about it. So far, what I've learned about it, this is a pretty interesting project, and I can see where it's going to go in the future. So what kind of value do they have, and why are institutions going for this? This article here kind of breaks down the value of it. So put yourself in a business mindset and think about being an institution that wants some kind of privacy and reliability at the same time. So this is what this is going to break down. It says the hidden barrier, privacy. Imagine that you are a trader with exposed collateral positions, effectively broadcasting your strategy for competitors to front run, or a corporate treasury managing liquidity only to find out your payment flows become visible to the world. Privacy isn't a luxury, it is critical requirement for day-to-day financial operations. Without privacy, on-chain finance will not be able to scale. Organizations and their stakeholders need the confidence that the confidentiality or visibility of their trading strategies, asset positions, and transactions can be controlled by design. That brings us to the critical goal for on-chain finance, combining the benefits of blockchain, atomic settlement, and reduced counterparty risk with privacy built for institutional needs. Only then can institutional capital markets move from small pilot to mass adoption. Firms that have already solved the privacy problem are thriving. Take Broadridge as an example. Since deploying their distributed ledger repo DLR platform on Canton, they scaled from 2 trillion to over 4 trillion in monthly on-chain US Treasury repo financing, enabling institutional grade privacy preserving workflows. Canton. So what we're seeing from the Canton Network already is they are unlocking liquidity and moving money and through a privacy filter. So this is huge for institutions. They don't want the exposure to what they're doing behind the scenes, right? If you're a business, you don't want your competitor checking out what you're doing. And this is one of the features of this network, and this is already being adopted. As you saw in that will, we already have major institutions coming in. And an atomic settlement essentially is, you will go through a smart contract, you'll have the deal set up, and if those deals aren't perfectly timed and aligned, it's all or nothing. You don't have partial payments, you don't have partial contracts, it's 100%. So the atomic settlement is, you know it's going to go through without a doubt. You have that safety feature of, I sent it, they sent it, it's either going to go through or it's not. Right now there's a lot of fracture payments, and that causes a lot of pain points. So the Canton Network says they are solving that issue. And we will look over here on RWA.xyz, and you can see already they already have $377.13 billion asset value, and it is all through Broadbridge DLR. So they are just now getting started, but keep an eye on this project because it is picking up some steam. So if you want to learn more about the token, I'm going to show you a video. It is about a minute long, so don't go anywhere. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Rewarded those who got in early, while builders and users were left behind. Canton flips the script. Introducing Cantonomics, the tokenomics powering a fairer network. 2/3 of rewards flow straight to builders and users, those creating real network value. So, what is Canton Coin? It's Canton Network's native utility token, the fuel that powers and rewards the ecosystem. For builders, it's a revenue model that scales. Charge transaction fees, earn continuously, reward loyalty, and drive transparency into network value, all while preserving privacy. Cantonomics rewards utility, not speculation, recognizing builders and users who create real value. The more useful your app, the more you earn. Build, earn, scale, repeat. That's the flywheel of real utility, and it's sustainable by design, a burn and mint balance that keeps supply aligned with real demand. When app fees are burned, new coins are minted, keeping the system naturally checked. Discover and build apps, powered by Cantonomics. Canton, where finance flows.
Okay, so that gave you a better understanding of who the Canton Network is, their token, what's going on with them. Again, this is part one before I do other deep dives into the tech side and other things we'll cover. So if you're interested in learning more about it, let's go ahead and take out CoinMarketCap and check out their stats. So we have Canton Coin, it's at 8 cents at the time of this recording. We have a market cap of $3.22 billion market cap. I'm sorry about that. We have a fully diluted volume of 3.22 billion, the last 24-hour volume of 36.57 million. And I know what people are going to be looking at is the total supply of 36.43 billion. Then you look at the max supply of Infinity. This is where people start getting concerned, like, well, it's Infinity tokens, I can never go anywhere. If that were true, and keep in mind there's a lot of different levers that can be pulled, which we'll cover in the tech side, but if you understand how the Infinity thing works, like check out Ethereum. Ethereum has an Infinity supply, quote unquote, as well. They're sitting at 3,000. Solana has an Infinity supply, they're sitting at $128. So don't let the tokenomics, as they call it, scare you off too much from their project. But I do highly suggest you do your own research and don't dive in unless you're comfortable on this project. Anytime I put money on a project, it's money I'm okay with losing. If I lose that money, that's fine. I knew it was a risk going in. It's not going to break me. So do not put your money in something that's going to break you if you're not comfortable with it. That's all I have for you on this video. But as always, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and become that change you want to see. I'll see you on the next one.